Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. At the time I'm making this video, we are sitting here at $2.99. And everybody right now thinks this cycle is over for XRP. If you zoom out to the 7-day, we are literally down 13 cents. And XRP is following the rest of the market right now. This cycle hasn't even started yet. But you know what's really frustrating? You see all this news, great news for XRP. Big things seem to be happening, yet the price is not reflecting all of that good news. Instead, we're following Bitcoin. But I'm expecting a breakout to begin at any moment. And you're not going to get warning of when it's going to happen. It's going to happen when we all least expect it. And look at Bitcoin down under 116K. And if you look at the Bitcoin chart and the XRP chart on the 1-day, they look very similar right now. You could see the same breakdown structure happening, but it now looks like it's starting to reverse. Let's see if we go upward from here. And apparently, according to CoinMarketCap, we are still in alt season. And that's why I said, expect a breakout to begin at any moment. I see a lot of other people saying alt season is finally here. But it doesn't feel like alt season when the price of XRP is in the red. And look at the DXY. Also, people expect this to really start to drop down as well. I look at it like this. Right now, there's no reason why crypto should not be breaking out. It's just going through another delayed process. We've seen delay after delay during this entire cycle so far, and it's shaking out all the weak hands. Anybody that can hold through these dips and not sell off their crypto, they're going to make a lot of money over the next couple of months. But if you rush to sell because the market's red, you are not going to make it in crypto. Today is one of those days where you either do nothing or you buy the dip. XRP shines as ChatGPT and Grok pick top assets to turn $100 into $1,000 by 2026. So think about like this. Every $100 you put in right now, you could expect $1,000 in returns. So they're expecting a 10x from where we're sitting right now. And I would agree with that. I still think we're going to go even higher. I think if you're holding 1,000 XRP, you're most likely going to see $50,000 for that XRP, possibly $100,000. A lot of people are predicting 3 digits still. Analyst Cobb sees no reason XRP won't hit $8 by year end. Why is Alex Cobb all of a sudden conservative on where XRP is going? Normally he's like, XRP is going to hit $50 to $100 by the end of this year. Maybe it's because of all this great news and the price of XRP dropping. Nothing changed for XRP. Nothing changed at all. But we are just following Bitcoin still. XRP has the highest returns of any asset class in Thailand so far this year. Shanghai court sells seized Filecoin and more. So in Thailand, XRP is named top asset for 9 months straight. And you see it. XRP, if you would have bought your XRP before the election, back when it was like at 50 cents, you would be absolutely happy with XRP sitting at $3. But a lot of new investors got in at $3 plus. And you know, you were not late when you bought at $3 plus. We are going so much higher from here. People don't see it because the price of XRP is red today. When the price turns green, all of a sudden that excitement's back and we're about to all get rich. That's why it's so important to have patience in crypto. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. You will make it to the finish line. The only people I see wanting to sell off mostly are people that are way over invested in crypto. In other words, they put in every single dollar they have and they still have to put gas in the car and buy groceries and things like that. So they need crypto to move today. And right away when it doesn't, they get frustrated, they sell at a loss, then they're right back here as soon as the market turns green again. I've seen it multiple times all throughout this entire time I've been in crypto. Some people just have to go all in. And most people that do that, they end up making a lot of money. But they go all in and then they stay patient. They don't go all in and get emotional every time the market turns red. Black Swan Capitalist says XRP will decouple from Bitcoin when institutional adoption and settlement demand begin to drive its value independently. The decoupling will be gradual as more banks and payment networks use XRP for settlement, creating value directly tied to utility, not sentiment. And I agree with that. I think it's going to be a little bit of a process as bank after bank on boards and we see more and more XRP treasury companies popping up. And at the same time, the institutional money flows away from Bitcoin and into XRP, we will eventually decouple. XRP has actual use case and utility. Bitcoin doesn't. And that's the main difference between Bitcoin and XRP. Crypto scammers allegedly tied to bribe ex-employees for account reinstatement. So now scammers are bribing ex-employees to get reinstated on X. And they cite that it's not only happening on X, it's actually happening on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Minecraft, and Roblox. You see all those AI ads on YouTube. I always warn you that nobody's going to double your bag. There is literally scams everywhere right now. People want to steal your crypto. You got to keep your crypto safe. Avoid the text messages supposedly coming from Coinbase. Avoid all those emails that you always get sent from Coinbase or other places saying that your account has been hacked. Please call this number. They are trying to steal everyone's crypto. And people fall into these scams time and time again because it looks great. But when something looks too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And stop talking to the bots in the comment section. I'm not going to send you a WhatsApp or interact with you in the comment section on this channel. I want you to keep your crypto safe. I care about you making it to the finish line. I want to cross that line with every single one of you. That's what this is about for me. Getting rich with every single one of you. We cannot get rich together if you lose your crypto. The number of accounts currently active on the XRP ledger crossed 7 million mark today. So now there's over 7 million active accounts on the XRP ledger. People are getting invested now. People want to get in now before the breakout even begins. They're getting positioned in XRP. We're going to see the active accounts really jump once the price of XRP starts to move. As that's happening, you're going to see FOMO. You're going to see new investors entering this space every single day. The people that you talk to at your job, your coworkers, your friends, your family, they're all going to be asking you about crypto over the next couple of months. It's like we are in the calm before the storm still, but the storm is absolutely approaching. You cannot lose faith in your investment now. That's what they want you to do. They want you out of crypto. They want to shake you out. You cannot get shaken out now. You're way too close now. You know, if we were back in 2022, 2023, I get it. You're frustrated. You want to give up. But here we are now. XRP is above $3. Why the hell would you not stay invested now? You know the next move up is taking us past a new all-time high. We are going to go into price discovery. You want to be here when that happens. Breaking, FTX to distribute $1.6 billion to creditors on September 30th. And that's going to come in the form of a stablecoin. A lot of people are expecting all of this money to end up back into crypto. I think a lot of it will. I think a lot of crypto investors that lost money in FTX, they didn't leave crypto. Instead, they just went and invested even more, hoping to eventually recoup their money from the fall of FTX. But the one good thing about this is it's happening right before we really blast off. I think October is going to be the really big moves on XRP, leading up and during the ETFs going live. I hope all these people make a lot of money over the coming months. Analyst warns XRP holders to be prepared for this possibility. So what he's talking about is having a game plan going into the coming run where XRP really breaks out. And he's talking about how you have to have a game plan in place. Because most people, they're going to sell as soon as the price goes up. They're going to be like, wow, I made a lot of money. I'm going to sell. You always got to look at when you bought your crypto and when you're selling your crypto. How much profit did you make? And don't be so anxious to sell into US dollars. The US dollar is continuing to lose value every single day. That's why, for me, it's not so much of a hurry to sell off my crypto. I might sell a little bit of like some other cryptocurrencies I hold, but not the ISO cryptocurrencies. I think ISO is going to be a very big deal. And I think a lot of people that are downplaying it, they're going to regret not getting into those cryptocurrencies. You know, everybody's like, well, crypto is not ISO compliant. What ISO does is it allows for the use of crypto inside of ISO messaging. So if somebody's able to send money faster and cheaper using a cryptocurrency, guess what they're going to do? They're going to use a cryptocurrency inside of those ISO messages. And as they're using crypto, it's only going to push up the price of these cryptocurrencies at the same time. Happy birthday, Ripple. Today, Ripple turned 13. 13 years of Ripple putting rails in place all around the world for XRP to run on. You know, it has been a long journey in XRP for me. I got in late 2018, but I really started to go all in during 2020 when the Rippleverse SEC case began. When Gary was calling XRP a security, I was buying more XRP because I started to really look at where this could go, and I started understanding what I'm holding. And once you realize what XRP is built to do and how it fixes real-world problems, you cannot stop investing into this cryptocurrency. Once you truly understand it and you have that vision to see where we're going to be in the next couple of years, you just continue to buy more and more and more of it. Same thing with the other ISO cryptocurrencies. You know they're all going to be part of the new financial system. Why would you not load up while they're sitting at dirt cheap prices? Warning, you have from now until the end of 2027 to get your investment situated. In Q1 2026, DTCC begins running their ISO 222 simulator. End of 2027, all legacy systems are decommissioned. And you see it right here in the white paper. So here's Q1 2026, ISO simulator, product availability, then decommission interfaces in Q3 to Q4 of 2027. That's how close we actually are. Everybody's always like, well, when is XRP going to be utilized all around the world? I think what we're seeing right now is the end stages of implementation. The one thing we still lack is regulations. Once those are in place, that's going to green light everything. And as that green light happens, all of a sudden a surge is going to happen in this space because institution after institution is going to be jumping on board. They have to beat their competition to this space. People don't realize that yet. Nobody wants to lose to their competition. So what do? Their competition is involved in blockchain and crypto, the fourth industrial revolution. They have to get on board also. Maybe they don't even like crypto or blockchain, but they have no choice. They either have to adopt it or get left behind. That's why XRP is the future. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.